This is.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so I'm Skylar, and I did the Phage program 2 summers, the last 2 summers. So I just wanted to go over a little bit about how I discovered the Phage program to begin with, and then what I did in both summers and how that kind of impacted me and what skills I gained from it. All right, so first off, discovery of the Phage program. I had no clue what a phage was going into high school, none at all. Mr. McCauley talked about it a little bit my sophomore year when I finally made it to his biology class, and then he got Dr. Padula to come in, and she did a really nice presentation about what phages are, what scientists do, how they look in everyday life, that they aren't just cool people in lab coats. Then our class got to complete our own phage discovery experiments. So we did that my sophomore year, and then we got to do it again this year, which was super fun, just remembering doing it the sophomore year and what all came of it. And then Mr. McCauley told us a little bit about the 6-week internship that we can do at Tech, and I decided that it sounded super neat, so I decided to apply, and I got in. So then I got to work with phages over the summer. Turns out, one of my classmates, the year above me, also got in, so it was super fun to have one of my peers that I knew doing it with me as well. So that summer, I worked with the Phage Starcevich. It was found in Helena the year before or so, yeah. Yeah, so they said that it had a lot of promise and that it was moving along quickly, so I decided to go ahead and work with it. There were a couple of other phages I worked with, but this was the one that I had the most progress. I completed PCR and DNA extraction on Starcevich that summer. We amplified it a lot, and we got it ready to send off to Pitt, so that was great. And then I presented all of my findings at the poster session that we had that summer. That was really good because it definitely helped with me understanding the research that I was doing and understanding how to talk to other people about it. So that was a ton of fun. And then also, I really like the fact that during the 6-week program, not only did we work with phages, but we also got to have other experiences. Like we got to go watch the osprey banding, which was a ton of fun, and we also got to tour the trout hatchery, which Kylie was talking about those fish and their problems, but that was a super cool experience as well, just getting to see how different brands of science work and what careers can be made out of them. So then after that summer, Dr. Padula emailed me, and she said that we got back the sequence and asked me if I wanted to annotate it. So during that school year, I started a little bit, but I was in Boulder and I couldn't get the software downloaded on my computer, so I would have to go to Tech every time I wanted to work on it. So we didn't get as much done during that school year as we could have, so I got invited back for the summer of 2023, and I completed the annotation using all of the BLAST databases and working with Dr. Padula, and that was a really interesting experience. At first, I looked at it and I was like, oh, how am I gonna do this? I have no clue what these letters mean. But she helped me through it all, and eventually, towards the end, I was even able to help Peter out with his when he had questions and actually explain it a little bit. And then once again in that poster session, I actually knew what I had done. So that, yeah, it felt good because at the beginning of the summer, I was definitely hesitant that I would ever be able to complete the whole Starcevich genome. Anyways, we also got to do things like tour the Tech campus and talk with other students that were at Tech. We had 2 other students who were undergrads working in the lab, so it was really cool to get to talk with them too and see how much they liked Tech and liked the program. It was also really awesome that we got a chance to prepare all the lab materials and stuff. It gave me some really great experience because the summer before, my mentor, Olivia, she did a lot of it, and we kind of just helped out here and there. So actually getting to prepare a lot of the lab materials myself was really cool, and it was a great opportunity. And then I also really appreciated the fact that once again, during that summer, we got to do resume workshops and learn about college applications and that whole process. So I really loved all the skills that went even outside of just the lab and the science, and I liked all of those opportunities that we were given. And then once again, I got to present my findings at a little poster session, and that was great because getting to explain it to people also really helps me understand my findings and my research a lot better. And they have such great questions every time, so it's really fun to figure out how to answer those on the spot. Okay, so then some skills that I gained throughout this whole program, from my sophomore year in the classroom to the research I was doing and the poster presentations I gave. I would say that it helped a lot with my public speaking because those poster presentations, I was a little bit nervous at first because, like I said, there were a lot of things that I felt like I didn't know what I was talking about. Turns out I did a little bit. It also helped me with presenting those scientific conclusions because I would be talking to people way, way smarter than me that had way more clue what I was doing than I did. And there were people who came in who didn't really know what I was talking about and would ask me questions about, oh, well, so what does that mean? So I had to figure out how to explain that to them. I would say it improved my confidence because I went into the program not knowing really much about phages or working in a lab setting or really any of that sort of thing. And it let me know that I could do hard things. I could look at a challenge and do it anyways. I would say it helped with working in a team because I got to work in a lab with other students, and it really taught me how to work together and solve our problems together. Once again, adapting to challenges. When I looked at the sequence at first, I was like, there's no way I'm annotating this. I remember texting my mom and I was like, I'm in over my head. I don't know what I'm doing. But it worked out. And then it also just taught me a little bit about how to work in a lab, how to work with the equipment, what proper lab technique is, not contaminating everything, all that fun stuff. And finally, the program impacted me in many ways, but some of them are that it encouraged my love for STEM. It showed me a potential career path. It showed me that working in a lab and doing science is actually something that's reachable. It's not just some cool person in a lab coat that isn't realistic. It showcased Montana Tech's campus and culture. I already really thought I wanted to go to Tech before the program, but actually getting to work there all summer and talk to students who did go there, it really did impact my choice to go there. And it taught me lots of invaluable skills that I would not have gained without the program. It gave me countless character building opportunities, and it informed me and all of the other students that I go to class with about the effects and benefits of phage research. Because like I said, I had no clue what a phage was before sophomore year when Mr. McCauley was like, hey, it blows up bacteria. It's really cool. Yeah, so that's what I've got for you. Thank you, guys. Does anyone have any questions? Yes?
I just want to say that these two were fabulous as their first year in the pipeline. They were fabulous mentors. I can remember Skylar putting up the protocols on the screen so that the students, they were right in front of them. They didn't have to look them up. She would drive back to work. Kylie had 6 students to juggle.
That's crazy.
They both were so positive. It's a shame that it takes this long to say these leaders in front of you right here should have some reins to drive, and they're going to go off to do amazing things, whatever their paths. Sure, there's roadblocks, yeah, that they bumped around them and went over the hill, and fabulous job. We're just so
Well, thank you.
What was your career? What is your degree? Do you know?
Well, that's a really hard decision. But right now I'm going for petroleum engineering. But it's what I'm starting out in. Lots of people change. I've never really known what I wanted to do, so yeah, throwing my hat in the ring. We'll see.
I won't be able to help you with any of that.
Anything else? All right, thank you guys.